November 4th, 2008. A chilly night in Chicago's Grant Park. Over 240,000 people have gathered, their faces glowing with hope, their voices united in a single chant: change. On this historic night, Barack Obama, a 47-year-old senator from Illinois, has just been elected the 44th president of the United States and the first black man to hold the office. After a grueling campaign, he steps onto the stage to deliver a victory speech that will resonate for generations. Today, we're taking you back to that moment. A speech about unity, resilience, and the power of the American spirit. This is From Rock Bottom to History, Barack Obama's 2008 victory speech. Let's set the scene. It's 2008, and America is at a crossroads. The nation is reeling from the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. The Iraq and Afghanistan wars have stretched resources and morale thin. Trust in government is at an all-time low. Against this backdrop, Barack Obama, a relatively unknown senator just 4 years earlier, has run a campaign built on hope, unity, and a promise of change. His opponent, Senator John McCain, a war hero and political veteran, represented the establishment. But on this night, the people have spoken. Obama wins 365 electoral votes to McCain's 173, securing a decisive victory. Now, standing before a sea of supporters, he delivers a speech that will define a new era. Obama opens with a powerful message, addressing not just the crowd in Chicago, but anyone who doubts America's potential. He declares that if anyone still questions whether this is a place where all things are possible, where the dream of the nation's founders still lives, where democracy holds power, tonight is their answer. These words set the tone for the speech, a celebration of possibility, a reaffirmation of the American dream. For many, especially Black Americans, this moment feels like a long overdue validation of that dream. Obama's election shatters a racial barrier that has stood for centuries, but he's quick to frame this victory as bigger than himself. Look at the crowd in Grant Park. Young and old, rich and poor, Democrat and Republican, Black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, gay, straight, disabled, and not disabled. Obama points to this diversity, emphasizing that this victory belongs to all of them. It's a deliberate move to underscore unity in a country often divided by race, class, and politics. He's not just the first Black president. He's a president for everyone. He describes this moment as the answer spoken by Americans of all backgrounds, a message to the world that the United States is not just a collection of individuals or red states and blue states, but one nation united. Obama reflects on the journey that brought him here. He credits the victory to the people, the millions who believed in his message of change. He speaks of the young people who rejected the idea that their generation is apathetic, the not-so-young who braved the cold to knock on doors, the voters who stood in long lines to cast their ballots. This wasn't his win. He insists it was theirs. The 2008 election saw record voter turnout, with nearly 131 million people voting, the highest percentage since 1960. For many Black Americans, especially older generations who lived through segregation and the civil rights movement, this moment was deeply personal. They saw in Obama the culmination of a struggle that began long before he was born. But Obama doesn't linger on the racial milestone. Instead, he pivots to the work ahead. He's clear that this election isn't the change they seek. It's only the chance to make that change. He warns that it won't happen if the country falls back into the old ways of division and partisanship. He calls for a new spirit of service, a new spirit of sacrifice, urging Americans to come together as one. It's a sobering reminder that the road ahead will be tough, but it's one they'll walk together. Obama doesn't shy away from the challenges facing the nation. He acknowledges that the problems of tomorrow are the greatest of a lifetime. 2 wars, a planet in peril, the worst financial crisis in a century. In 2008, the U.S. is in the grip of the Great Recession. Millions have lost their jobs, their homes, their savings. The auto industry is on the brink of collapse. Banks are failing. The Iraq and Afghanistan wars have claimed thousands of lives and cost trillions of dollars. Climate change is becoming an urgent global issue, with scientists warning of catastrophic consequences. Obama is honest about the steep climb ahead, admitting that the country may not get there in 1 year or even in 1 term. But he expresses a deep hope, a belief that they will get there together. These challenges aren't just American problems, they're global ones. Obama knows the world is watching. He speaks directly to those beyond U.S. shores, saying that while America's stories are singular, its destiny is shared. He promises a new dawn of American leadership, a subtle critique of the previous administration's unilateral approach. He also addresses skeptics, vowing to listen and lead with humility, and send a message to those who seek peace and security, offering support, while warning those who would tear the world down that they will be defeated. It's a nod to the ongoing war on terror, but also a promise of a more collaborative future. Obama's election wasn't just an American milestone, it was a global one. In Kenya, where his father was born, people danced in streets. In Europe, leaders hailed a new era of U.S. leadership. His message resonates far beyond Chicago, offering hope to a world weary of conflict and division. But his focus remains on the American people. He tells stories of everyday heroes, veterans, workers, parents, who embody the resilience he's calling for. To illustrate America's capacity for change, Obama shares the story of Ann Nixon Cooper, a 106-year-old black woman from Atlanta who voted for him that day. He describes her life, born just a generation past slavery, in a time when there were no cars on the road or planes in the sky, when someone like her couldn't vote because she was a woman and because of the color of her skin. Through her 106 years, she witnessed a century of progress: women's suffrage, the New Deal, the Civil Rights Movement, the fall of the Berlin Wall. She saw the buses in Montgomery, the hoses in Birmingham, a bridge in Selma, and a preacher from Atlanta who told the people that we shall overcome. And on this night, after 106 years, she cast her vote for a black man to be president because she knows how America can change. And Nixon Cooper's story is the heart of this speech. Through her, Obama traces a century of American history, linking past struggles to the present moment. Her vote is a powerful symbol of progress, but also a reminder of how far the country still has to go. Obama weaves in his campaign slogan, "Yes, we can," using it to connect Cooper's story to the future. It's a phrase that became the heartbeat of his campaign, a call to collective action, a rejection of cynicism. As the speech nears its end, Obama takes a moment to thank his family. He calls Michelle the rock of their family, praising her strength and love, and speaks to his daughters, Malia and Sasha, promising them a new puppy for the White House. It's a tender, humanizing moment, a reminder of the man behind the movement. But he quickly returns to the bigger picture, asking a profound question. If our children should live to see the next century, if his daughters should be as lucky as Ann Nixon Cooper to live to 106, what change will they see? What progress will we have made? Obama closes with a call to action, declaring that this is the nation's moment. It's time to reclaim the American dream and reaffirm a fundamental truth, that out of many, we are one. That while we breathe, we hope, and where we are met with cynicism and doubt, we will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can. The crowd erupts, their cheers echoing into the night as fireworks light up the Chicago sky. A new chapter in American history has begun. Obama's presidency would face immense challenges. Some he overcame, others he couldn't. The Affordable Care Act expanded health care to millions, but faced fierce opposition. The economy recovered, but inequality persisted. The wars in Iraq and Afghanistan wound down, but new conflicts emerged. Climate action took steps forward, but not far enough. Obama's hope and pragmatism were tested, and his legacy remains a subject of debate. But on November 4th, 2008, none of that mattered. On that night, America believed in the possibility of change. 17 years later, in 2025, Obama's 2008 victory speech still resonates. It reminds us a moment when hope triumphed over despair, when unity overcame division, when a nation dared to dream of something better. As we face our own challenges today, political polarization, climate crises, global uncertainty, Obama's words offer a timeless lesson. Change is possible, but only if we believe, only if we act, only if we say together, yes, we can. Thank you for joining us on this journey back to 2008. If this video inspired you, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more stories of history, hope, and humanity. Until next time, keep believing, yes, we can.